Well, good evening, everyone, and a happy new year to you all. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight. We have got some thrilling racing lined up for you, and I, for one, cannot wait to get started. I hope you're sitting nice and comfortably, maybe got your feet up, grabbed your snacks and your drinks. Just get ready for tonight's race. This is being brought to you by the Tanzo Racing Group, sponsored by Fresh Rubber and Clark James Motorsport. Sorry, Clark James St James Motorsport. Welcome to season 10. Welcome to race 1 of 8. We are here for the season opener at Circuit De Jerez Grand in Spain. I'm Gaz, and I'm going to be one of your commentators for tonight's race, and in fact this whole season, so it should be a good one. Joining me for every single bit of action, every single step of the way, a great friend of mine, and somebody who knows more about motorsports than absolutely anybody else I know. So hi, hello, buenas noches, amigos. Jim, thank you for being here with me tonight. How are you doing this evening, mate? Sorry for my terrible Spanish.
No, I loved it, mate. I loved it. No, I'm doing great, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, mate. I've been looking forward to the start of this season since the end of the last one. I've been looking forward to this all day. I could barely contain myself at my actual 9 to 5.
Yeah, I mean, I took a little sneak peek at the track list for the rest of the season, and it's going to be a good one. There's so many good tracks on here, and like we got nearly 30 drivers as well, so there's going to be a lot of action on track. I'm super excited.
Oh, there's going to be loads. There's going to be loads. So, Jim, what are we looking at here today? And viewers, if you've got any questions as well, feel free to drop them in the comments. But what are we looking at here today, Jim?
Well, this season features 8 intense rounds where every second counts. Drivers get just 15 minutes of close qualifying to secure their spot on the grid, followed by a brief 5-minute warm-up before the engines roar to life. Then it's all down to 60 minutes of wheel-to-wheel racing. With only 60% fuel on board, pit stops are a must and will add some interesting strategy to the race. And with fix-ups across the field, there'll be no tuning advantages, no excuses, just pure talent, relentless consistency, and nerves of steel.
I'm looking forward to this one, Jim. I am looking forward to this.
Absolutely. I mean, the drivers will be racing GT3s. These are very powerful and fun cars to drive. There's a reason they're the most popular in sim racing. They're just top tier. In my personal opinion, they're a lot of fun. They're very fast and can take a little bit of door banging, making them perfect for racing and even more entertaining to watch, to be fair.
Well, maybe we'll see some today, a little bit of door banging, maybe. Like you said, there's nearly 30 cars out on track. We've got 28 cars out here today. There's going to be a little bit, surely.
Oh, absolutely. And so yeah, just to recap what we're doing this season, we've got 8 races in total. Drivers starting 50 minutes close qualifying, so the drivers are going to be qualifying on their own, so they can just lock in, focus on getting their best laps in and getting the best position on the grid. Then that's followed by a brief 5-minute warm-up for the drivers, together on track to do as they wish, and then we're straight into a 60-minute race that will leave you on the edge of your seat.
That is a lot to look forward to this season, and I, for one, cannot wait because we are not long at all from actually seeing some action out on track here today. 28 drivers, Jim. There is a mix of pros, there is a mix of AMs. It's a great track as well. Jerez, Portugal, Algarve as well. Like what are we looking at? It's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, Jerez is like it's a phenomenal track, and for those of you who follow MotoGP, might be very familiar with it because it's quite a popular track around there because it's lots of, I mean lots of high speed, flowing corners. It's just flat out for a lot of the track. Even the braking zones, you're quite light on the brakes for the most part. So yeah, we should see some good overtaking in here.
Well, let's be honest, for those motorbikes, it's pretty much a big go-kart track, really, let's be honest, because they can absolutely thrash it around here. And like you said, little braking zones here and there, but they can open it up and they can absolutely fly. And hopefully we'll see that today from these GT3s.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we get some good battling. Like, we should see some, especially... some good overtakes, and
well, it's a great track for everybody because unlike a lot of other tracks that are out there, you can actually see a lot of this track. Great for the drivers, great for the spectators alike as well. Obviously, we're going to be bringing you every little bit of the action that we can. But for anyone actually there, you'd be able to see a lot of this race happening all at once.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, you can see the grandstands. It's such a, for the most part, it's a pretty flat track, so you can just see across the whole thing. It's quite interesting. There's a couple bits of elevation, and yeah.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And we've got something actually interesting for this season. James, I don't know if you want to let the viewers know, but we've actually got a prize pool this season. Jim, do you want to let the viewers and everybody else know what we've got up for grabs this season?
So we have a £500 for P1 overall for the most points. That could go to either the AM or the Pro. And then in second place for second most points overall this season is £100, and this is generously donated by Vector Motorsports.
Thank you, Vector Motorsport. £600 up for grabs here. Like Jim said, £500 for P1, £100 for P2. That is a lot of money up for grabs. And I thought if I was in there, I'd be going hard for that P1. That £500 will go a long way. And by the way, guys, make sure you follow their socials as well. At Vector Motorsport is their YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and at Vector Motorsport 297 for Instagram. Get at them. Great videos, great content on there. I for one had a little look around at it today, and I was entertained for quite a while, to be fair, scrolling away as you do.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be exciting. Like, it's £600 overall in prize money is, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot, and these drivers will be very eager to go for it.
Well, they've got 8 races to do that, haven't they? It's not all up for grabs today. So they've got a long way to go until they got that there, till they can get their hands on that money. And there's a lot of great tracks that we'll be seeing and letting you know about as the season goes on. We've got some nice, tasty ones for you. But like we said, we're at Jerez here. We're in the Algarve, in the beautiful Portugal. It should be phenomenal. Brilliant track conditions as well today, I do believe. So we shouldn't see any problems.
Great track.
We'll start having a look at the qualifying coming up soon in the next couple of minutes, and we'll see what these drivers are pulling out.
Yeah, and we just got a little YouTube comment here from Jeremy Jukic, and he's saying, shout out to Tim Reed. So let's go, Tim. Come on.
Tim Reed, well, we'll have to see where he sits out when we do jump on board with qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the board right at the moment, we have got Tim Reed in first place with a 1 minute 40.7, closely followed by Harry Young with a 1 minute 40.9 at the moment.
Hayden Young, sorry. It's Hayden Young.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. And then Peter Duke in third place, just less than a hundredth behind him.
It's close between those top 3 at the moment, and let's be honest, it's not really too far between the rest of them either. So I'm looking forward to some exciting racing today. But like I said, shout out Tim Reed, currently sitting at P1 at the moment. He'll be hoping to hold on to that and take that into the actual race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Daniel Paul as well, an AM up in 6th place, so that's quite interesting. Then we've got Matthew Massey as well, another AM in 10th. So there's quite a scattered field at the moment, so hopefully some guys can start putting in some really quick lap times. And
well, Jim, what you've got to remember about this track, it's a great racing track. It can be technical. It's got its small braking zones. It's got the gravel on the off runs. It's got your bumps. It's got your curbs. You've got the 2 massive overtaking zones, which is your home and your back straight. It's a great track for racing. We should see some phenomenal action. I'm hoping so.
Yeah, and you touched on a good point there. Like, you see the curves and stuff. What really benefits this track and what will make the fast guys even faster is those that can use every millimeter of it. Because there's a lot of points where you want to go like really far over the curves, use like every second, and you'll see it in a couple of these drivers going round. They're almost off track, like to just make the corner as wide as possible. Like, I see them here attacking these curves as well. And
Absolutely.
yeah, you just want to be able to like figure out how to get the most speed through these corners and make them as wide as possible.
Absolutely. And we've got a few more shout-outs there from Jeremy Jukic, Joel Loudon, Harry Price, Craig Corish, the boys. He's looking at all of these drivers tonight. Got some love for Spectre Racing as well for Ryan and Matt. That's from G6XR. Not too sure how I would say that, so that's what we're going with tonight. Thank you for those comments, viewers. Keep them coming in, and hopefully we can get some exciting action for you to properly talk about soon. Now, Jim, there is one thing about this track that does stick out for me, and I believe one of the fastest laps I think was set by a bit of an F1 legend.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this one.
Now, do you know who I'm about to say set the fastest lap ever around here? Now, it wasn't a Formula One car, wasn't a GT3 like we're in today. It was in
Was that?
Formula One, but it was phenomenal. Do you know who that was?
I believe it was Mr. Michael Schumacher.
It was indeed Mr. Michael Schumacher with a 1 minute 15.6.
Yeah, I mean
Woo!
that is a crazy. I mean, you look at these cars; these aren't slow cars. They're hitting well over the 100-mile-an-hour mark, and they're in the 1 minute 40s. To do it in a 1 minute 15 is craziness.
I
But I
think that
believe
just
that's.
makes you think. Sorry, no, please carry on.
I was gonna say, was that back in 2004 in that Ferrari that he had?
It was indeed. Now, I cannot remember the exact name of the Ferrari he drove that year. Now, if anybody does know that, please drop it in the comments. I can't remember that one. All I know, that bright red Ferrari. Yes, I am old enough to actually remember that as well. 1 minute 15.6. That was brilliant. And if you're too young, ask your dad. He'll remember.
Just to yeah, it is the F 2004. The Ferrari 2004 is the Ferrari from 2004. So
Brilliant.
fairly
Couldn't have
easy
been
to
any
remember.
easier. And I still didn't remember it. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
But no, talking of the F1, this well, you know more about this than me. I actually learnt this from you, James. Who was it Herman Tilke?
Herman Tilke.
Who I do apologise, Herman Tilke. James, who was he?
So he's designed quite a few of the tracks that we're using in modern day F1, as well as a lot of really famous tracks around the world. So which ones did he do in particular? It was, check my notes sheet again.
I think he had Bahrain. The Red
That was
Bull
it.
Ring was in there.
Yeah,
Abu Dhabi,
Baku
one of the newer ones.
and the Chinese Grand Prix as well. So he loves a sweeping corner, this guy. So you can see a lot of high-speed corners, a lot of flat-out parts of the track. But
Wow.
also, he designed a lesser known, depending on which motorsports you're into, but a track called Aragon. It's a absolutely phenomenal track, and we will be coming here later in the season.
Not the chap from Lord of the Rings there for anybody who is a fan of that as well. But no, we're coming up into the last minute now of qualifying, Jim. So let's have a look out on track. Currently
Yep.
P1, Peter Duke just setting the fastest lap of the round, a 140.7. Tim Reed is in P2. Hayden Young is in P3. Adam Wilson Weir, P4. Harry Hartley Price, P5. Wayne Douglas is your P6. Glenn Blard is P7. Tim Cullimore is P8. Daniel Paul is your P9. And Quinton Clumpert rounds up your top 10. Jim, do you want to have a look at the rest of them?
Yeah, I do indeed. But just before that, the top four are separated by less than 100th of a second. That's just
Cool.
absolute madness.
Well, they're going to want to watch out on those early corners because they ain't going to have much temperature in that. So we might see a little bit of close contact right there straight away. We'll have to have a look at that when it does start.
Yep, so after Quinton Clumpert, we have Jared Love, Craig Corish, Alexander Claudio, Matthew Massey, Ryan Clark, Jonathan Berry, Alma Van Beek, Joshua Smith, and Jan Whittaker, with Christopher Haynes round out your top 20.
We can't just have a look at those last few at the moment, but we will get to those last 8 on there in a minute. Like we said, we'd have 28 drivers out on track. But Peter Duke, P1, 140.736. I think you'll be quite happy with that, don't you?
Yeah, he seems pretty quick at the moment. I mean, looking at the races from last season, he led a lot of it, but the guys behind him, they caught up quick. He's very quick in the early races, well, the early part of the race, but it's just managing those tyres. I think the other people do tend to catch up quite quickly.
Well, I'll tell you what, while we could see them just for a second, we'll go back down to it in a moment, but I will get through those last 8 for you in a moment. But again, just to remind everyone, P1's Peter Duke, P2 Tim Reed, P3 Hayden Young, P4 Adam Wilson Weir, P5 Wayne Douglas, Harry Hartley Price is your P6, P7 Glenn Blard, P8 Tim Cullimore, P9 Daniel Paul, and P10 is Quinton Clumpert. That rounds out your top 10. Pretty much all pros are in the top 10, apart from Daniel Paul. Now that is he'll be quite happy to be up there right in the middle of those
Yeah,
pros.
he's one
Wouldn't
to
you
watch.
imagine that?
He's one to watch.
Absolutely. We'll have a look at the rest of them now. Jared Love is your P11. Craig Corish was P12. Alexander Claudio was P13. Matthew Massey is P14. Ryan Clark P15. Jonathan Berry P16. Elmer Van Beek P17. Joshua Smith is your P18. P19, Jan Whittaker. P20, Christopher Haynes. P21, Mark Wesley. P22, Joel Loudon. P23, Sean Clark. P24, Raymond Van Zutphen. P25, James Moore. P26, Harry Seven. P27, James Vardican. And P28, Gareth Newton. That is your 28 drivers.
Yeah, there's not a lot separating them for there. I mean, it's so close up the front. I think we're going to see some good racing. I mean, one of the joys about like these high-speed, flat-out circuits is the draft on them that you get. There's not a lot in the GT3s, but there'll be enough to keep those guys in second and third and fourth right up there with the guy in first place.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And like I said earlier, we've got great conditions for the race here today. Little bit of cloud, not a rain in sight, high humidity. Now, Jim, like I did mention, I touched on it a little earlier. With these top 3 to 4 so close as they are, what are we maybe looking at here for the start of this race? Because remember, these tyres aren't going to have any heat in them.
Well, I think it's going to come mostly down to, I mean, yeah, like you said, there's not going to be a lot of heated tyres. They're going to be very cold. You're going to get a lot of understeer, and you're going to take a little bit longer to brake. So you want to be careful on these outlaps. So it's basically going to reward who's more confident in the car, who's more confident in these cold tyres and these sort of harsher conditions at the start. And after the second, maybe third lap, when your tyres are bedded in and you're comfortable on track, you know what you're doing, that's when I think we'll start to see some really great racing.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. But my mindset is I've got 28 other drivers around me. I need to get nice and early out there ahead of everyone else, as high up as I can if I'm starting nearer the back. I want to go racing straight away. Now there's 60 minutes to do that in. What would be your tactic? Let's say you were sitting around about the mid pack. What would be your tactic? Because there's going to be a lot of action happening around you.
60 minutes is a long time. Now, if you're with someone who's slower in front of you than they should be, then yeah, obviously go for the move. But for these first few laps, you want to just keep it clean, keep it on track, and you almost want to learn how the guys are driving around you. You want to learn who's itching for a dive bomb or to make a move, and you just want to kind of learn what kind of drivers you've got and then adapt your driving to them. Like if someone's like every second, every corner, they're just trying to put their nose in, trying to go for that move, sometimes it's better just let them by and just keep your position, maybe lose a couple places. Just you got 60 minutes, you can make it back up if you've got the pace. And you almost want to let them throw off the people in front of you when they're fighting, and then you use that as a chance to get past them.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what all these drivers do. A lot of different levels of drivers and a lot of different positions here. Like we did touch on the pros. The pros, by the way, viewers, pros are marked with a blue next to them. The amateurs are marked with a yellow to the left of them, just to the right-hand side of each of their numbers. Sorry, where they are on track. Just to help you out there. But we are literally just under 30 seconds away from starting race 1. Race 1 of 8, brought to you again by the Tanzo Racing Group, sponsored by Fresh Rubber and Clark St James Motorsport. We're nearly there, James. It's nearly time for that rolling start and those lights to go out.
I know, I'm really looking forward to this. Like, it's going to be a great start. I mean, I love a rolling start, personally, because it's all about, just that anticipation. You're already going. You don't have to worry about getting your clutch, bite point, and all that kind of stuff already. You just wait. A second you see it go green, you're just on the floor. Or pedal to the floor, sorry, not on the floor.
I know what you mean. I love the excitement. I love the excitement from you. And again, I completely agree with you. A rolling start, we all like the standing starts with the lights out and away you go. We've all seen it a million times, but a rolling start just gives you that little bit of an edge for the drivers, and they will absolutely love it. So again, just to remind you, Peter Duke P1, Tim Reed is P2, Hayden Young P3, Adam Wilson Weir is your P4, Wayne Douglas is P5, Harry Hartley Price P6, Glenn Ablard P7, Tim Collymore P8, Daniel Paul P9, and Quinton Clumpert, that rounds out your top 10. Jared Love in P11, Craig Corish in P12. Alexander Claudio in P13, Matthew Massey P14, Ryan Clark P15, Jonathan Berry P16, Elmer Van Beek P17, Joshua Smith P18, Jan Whittaker P19, Christopher Haynes P20, Mark Wesley P21, Joel Loudon P22, Sean Clark is your P23, and Raymond Van Sutphen is your P24. James Moore is your P25, Harry Seven is your P26, James Vardigan's P27, and Gareth Newton is your P28, with Eddie Grigonis is your P29. So we have 29 drivers now, James. I do apologise, viewers. We said 28 earlier, but it is in fact actually 29.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So the driver's doing a little outlap at the moment, get a bit of heat in those tyres, and then we are off. So you can see them doing a bit of weaving here. So basically what that does is it gets a little bit of temperature into the tyres, and it just gives you that little bit more grip on the race start. So just going
Absolutely,
through the
absolutely.
final chicane now. So we should have about 3 more corners, and then we're going.
Well, James, I know how much you love a rolling start. I'm going to let you sit back and call it for the first few corners as it happens, because I love a good rolling start as well.
Yeah, I just like the excitement. You see the cars doing a bit of wiggling, getting that heat into the tyres. Everyone bunches right up and they're getting ready to go. And then you see that, like, as soon as the leader crosses that start-finish straight, or when it decides to go, then that's when the race happens. You
And he's
see
going,
Peter Duke is off slightly before the racing line, and they are on their way.
there they go,
Very, yeah.
60 minutes to go.
You see Tim Reed there, keeping it defensive on the inside, but everyone else keeping it fairly clean. Don't see any contact between everyone, but I saw a lot of people taking that inside line there, trying to hold off their position.
Very bunched up at the minute, going to have to be careful still.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said before, it's going to reward those in these early laps who are more confident on those cold tyres. Being able to use that more extra of the track, going as wide as possible when possible, and yeah, just seeing great first lap from Peter Duke.
Peter Duke obviously sitting out in P1 with Tim Reed and P2 and Hayden Young rounds out your top 3 at the moment. But Jim, it's a wide track. There's plenty of space for side-by-side action here, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I think it's a really good track for racing. It is so wide, it's so high speed, you get lots of draft, and it just makes for great racing. And I'm hoping in these next few laps we'll start to see a few little battles going on. It appears we have also got a crash a little bit further back between Elmer and Jonathan, so we're going to go take a look at that in a second. But for now, we're just on board with Peter Duke. He just looks so comfortable already.
Harry Hartley Price and Glenn Lampard are having a little squabble back there, swapping between P6 and P7. But we'll have at the minute, Glenn Lampard's sitting back up in P6. They did swap around a few times. Not too sure what was going on, but
yeah, I mean, it's like I said, cold tyres at first. It's a 60-minute race. You don't really want to be putting the pressure on too much at the beginning, because if you're battling too early on, you can start to get these big gaps. Okay, we're going to cut to the crash right now.
So we're on board with Christopher Haynes, so we should have a good view of what happened here.
Yeah, so it's cold tyres, isn't it? You just get on the brakes and they just lock up. That's
Absolutely.
very unfortunate.
Trip to the pits, maybe?
Yeah, you can see that. There goes the rear bumper. Do you ever wonder the inside of a inner workings of the suspension of a GT3? Yes, there you go. Yep, sorry.
No, sorry. Just as he's going to have to now go into the pits, just quickly explain what have they got? Quick pit?
Yeah, so the drivers do have one fast repair that they can use this series, which basically means that your car will instantly be fixed when you go into the pit lane. But
straight in, straight out.
Straight in, straight out, but that doesn't count for tyres or fuel. So if you decide to change tyres, you still got to wait the 12, 13, 14 seconds, whatever it is, to replace the tyres.
So just to clarify, the quick fix is just for the immediate damage on the car. You're in, quick fix, you're out, and you're gone, back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to use it tactically as well sometimes. I mean, if you're this early on in the race, everyone's still bunched up. They're still going to be holding each other up a bit because everyone's so close together. You don't have to use the fast repair. You could just wait out the repair, and then maybe later on, if you think you get another bit of damage, get your car fixed just when you come in to do your normal pit stop.
I'm not sure on that one. His back bumper was flying the other way across the track, so I think he did have to come in there. I would have done anyway.
Oh yeah, you weigh your options, don't you? If you had like a light bit of, maybe like you had a tap on the side from someone and you just got like a little dent, maybe it's not worth the using the fast repair just yet. I mean, something like that, yeah. If you're missing the back of your car, it's probably you probably need to get that fixed quick.
Absolutely. Now, we're going to jump to the top of the track. Tim Reed's just set the fastest time. Now, we are early into it. I will remind you again, viewers, it's under 5 minutes. We've got an hour worth of racing. But Tim Reed, a 141.8, he's chasing down Peter Duke there.
Yeah, 4/10. I mean, I told you, there's a lot of draft in these tracks, especially where they're coming up to in a second. They're just about to go down that main straight. The entire way down there, you're just going to be pulling the car along that's behind you and just giving them such a sort of extra speed from the clean or the slipstream.
Well, as Mr. Jeremy Jukic in the chat says, Tim staying with him, and once those tyres come in, he's going to be right there on him as well. And you see it already; he's closing down that gap. And like you just said, it's 4/10 at the minute, just under 5 at the moment. He's closing down, but Peter Duke still is sitting out there in P1. Tim Reed chasing him down in P2 with Hayden Young not far behind, just over a second for in P3. Adam Wilson Weirs your P4, Wayne Douglas your P5, Ben Abbott your P6, Harry Hartley Price is your P7, Tim Cullimore is your P8, Jared Love P9, and Daniel Paul of the amateurs currently in P10, P1 in class.
Yeah, we did have a little off from Jan there, so we're just going to go back and take a look.
Mr. Jan Whittaker. Vector Racing, let's have a look.
So let's see what's happened here. I think we went to the wrong car there. Yeah, I'll take it now.
Just having a look. Oh, same again.
Yeah.
Same again. Oh.
A little bit too much turning into the corner, a little bit too much like getting on the throttle a little bit too early. There's so many reasons that like the back end will slip out. I mean, these RBR rates that he's in, it's a rear engine car, so you get a little bit too heavy in the steering and the rear's just going to go. Like I think Jeremy's put in the chat as well, like the Corvettes, they are mega, but they are a monster as well. And I find it's the same thing with that kind of. It's the rear engine cars. They can just get a little bit too slippy if you're get a little bit too excited on the throttle.
Well, I've been in a Corvette once. I was in the driver's seat once, and it wasn't in a situation like this. Don't get me wrong, guys. I was in an actual Corvette, but out in America, and I did the silly thing of putting my foot down. I was terrified. I couldn't imagine what how these guys are holding it out there when they're thrashing it around track, trying to gain for position. Peter Duke currently quick start on track, a 141.5, so he's took back that quickest lap at the moment, Jim.
Yeah, but Tim Reed still going even faster than his previous best of a 141.6, and Hayden Young with a 141.8.
There is not much in it at all. Like you said, between Peter Duke and Tim Reed, there is less than half a tenth. Hayden Young is sitting there just behind them both as well, keeping them both in check, letting them know, if either of you two mess up, I'm going to pop through here and take P1 for myself, I think.
Yeah, it's close. I told you that draft. So we have had another crash at the back with Mark Wesley, so we're going to go back and take a look at that in a second.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at what happened now.
So we're on board with Mark Wesley at the minute. What happened? Did he slip out as well, or something else?
So it seems to be he's quite tight on the inside, and
just came in on him.
Yeah, he just got a little tap. That's just unfortunate. That is.
That is unfortunate. That.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage to the front of his car there as well. But I think that shouldn't be enough. He should be fine to keep racing. He'll be able to catch up in no time, I reckon.
Unlucky to Mark Wesley there. Adam Wilson Weir, P4, a 141.3, Jim.
Fine. Like these guys, I told you, these guys are getting quick. Once those tyres are bedded in, and you just start feeling comfortable on track, just setting those lap times, locking in. I mean, constantly trading fastest laps. Already lap 5, so it should be interesting.
They've got a long time to go. We're not even 10 minutes in yet. 5 laps in, and they're just exchanging who's taking the quickest lap at the minute. But again, once the tyres, which should be starting to hit temperatures for some of them, come into play, they've still got a little bit of time left. We should start seeing that time improve. Jeremy Jukic, by the way, if you parked your Corvette and walk into the store, when you come back outside, it will be facing the other way. Jeremy, that is brilliant. It just shows you how much power those back ends have got, haven't they? Absolutely brilliant there from Jeremy.
Yeah, I mean, like, these cars are just powerful. So we're going to try and take a look at some other cars around the field and see how they're all getting on. So right now we are currently on board with Hayden Young, and we're going to cut to Daniel Paul. So Daniel Paul is currently leading in the AMS, currently ahead of 3 different pros, but it is very close. You can see the yellow times are like when you're within a second, and then you got the orange times when you win within half a second. So if you keep an eye on those, you can see kind of who's in the leaderboards up at the top left. See who's kind of battling and who's getting close to each other and who potentially might be going for an overtake.
Jim, I just want to draw your attention to it, viewers. You may have spotted it a second ago, but Eddie Grigonis, 5-second penalty.
5-second penalty. Do we know it for?
Not too sure at the moment, but it's 5. Oh no, sorry, it's a 5-second penalty for dive bombing.
So dive bombing and causing a collision. Yeah, dive bombing Mark Wesley. Ah, okay. I mean, yeah, it's tough racing, but sometimes, I mean, sometimes it's not the smart idea to take it 3 wide into a corner.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Jeremy Jukic makes another good point here. Jeremy, I'm loving these comments from you tonight, mate. But it's a wide track. It's a fast track. These GT3s aren't that light.
No, they are heavy beasts, and they've also got a lot of power steering in them as well. So you don't feel as much in the car as you normally would with something like a prototype or these like sort of more, I don't know how you describe it, but more race-built cars. Like obviously GT3s are kind of built around production cars that are going on in real life, like the Ferraris and Mercedes and Porsches. Absolutely. So you do dampen a bit of the feel through the thing. So getting that control is just, it takes so much extra work, and yeah, it's a lot more impressive for these guys to be able to keep them on track and keep them going clean and racing tight together. And
well, look at Craig Corrish, who we're on board with right now. He's chasing down Quinton Klumper, and he's nearly in his boot.
Yeah, he's sat in the back of his car.
Harry Hartley Price with your quickest lap of the day so far, 1:41.3, but it's tight up there at the minute. I'm sure that's bound to swap again.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a little bit of Craig there, like having a little look on the inside. Should see some good battles.
Absolutely, absolutely. On board with Harry 7 at the minute, currently sitting in P18 at the moment.
Yeah,
chasing down the Sean Clark.
Any second. So which of what kind of car would you drive if you could drive a GT3 then, guys?
Well, tell you what, I've been looking at the cars out there on track, and there's definitely a few. The McLaren always speaks out to me, but I think that's just my love for F1. To be fair, I just love that orange of a McLaren. However, it might be a bit controversial, but I'm an American muscle kind of guy. That Mustang just shouts my name. Look at the beauty of it. Wayne Douglas currently sitting P5 in it at the moment. Not sure quite I'd have it in blue and white. That's just out of my preference, but it's just an absolute beauty of a car. What about yourself?
Yeah, they've got a lot of track presence. I mean, look at the size of it compared to all the others. They sound pretty mean as well, but I'm a Porsche guy through and through. I absolutely love a good Porsche.
Porsche's a good all-rounder, isn't it, really, for the GT3 class?
Oh, absolutely. If I was going to race, I think I would pick a Mercedes, but if I had to own one, I would not be able to. I'd have to go for a Porsche every day.
No, viewers, let us know what you'd have, but let us know who has the better choice between me or Jim, because I'm saying Mustang and he's saying Porsche. And me personally, I think a Mustang looks a heck of a lot better than a Porsche does.
Yeah, oh, we've just had a bit of a crash a bit further back with Ryan Clark, so we can take a look at that in a second.
Yeah, we'll jump back right now.
So that's the thing, like when everyone's just racing so close together and like, oh, it's this corner again, is he going to lose the back end? Or does he have a little tap? Let's have a little look. Oh, little dive on the inside. Oh, just clips his rear.
Tiny little tap, taps him again on the way out as well. That is unfortunate for Ryan Clark. And viewers, like Jim said, these drivers are so close together. They're racing real tight. If we show you the wrong person straight away, don't hold it against us. We're only human at the end of the day. But we will show you all the action as best that we can.
Yeah, if we can go on board with one of these guys here, maybe. Oh, is he going for the move? Go for the move. Go on. Oh no! Another little tap as well.
Wayne Douglas.
People are starting to get a bit antsy on track now. I
That
don't
is
think it looked like there was
unfortunate.
any malice in that one. It just looked like he got alongside of him and then just wasn't left quite enough room. But we'll have to take a look at that in a second.
Well, again, yeah, we'll have another look at it again in a second, but I don't think there was any malice in that at all. It just, to me, looked like racing, and it was a little coming together, and it just didn't work out. Yeah, sitting on board with Quinton at the moment. He's come round.
Oh, well, so you got a little nudge from behind there from the Porsche.
They're all tackling each other tonight, aren't they, Jim? They're not. They're not worried about hitting each other at the moment.
Yeah, we've got 60 minutes to go. Oh, 45 minutes to go. I mean, that's a long time. But I mean, look at this. He was alongside. You could see what he was going to do. But I don't know. It's up to the stewards how they want to determine that one.
All right, Jim. We've got some feedback here on our Mustang Porsche debate, and it seems like we're both wrong. To be fair.
Okay.
All axis, Aston Martin Vantage GT3 any day. Not because it's good, but because it has a twin turbo V8 and godlike looks. It does look good, I'll give him that. I did forget about the Aston Martin, to be fair. I still stick by my my pick as the Ford Mustang.
Yeah, I mean those Astons as well. I mean I've got to see some in real life before, and they're just immense looking cars.
Reed 1279, the V8 out of the Mercedes, if he's not mistaken.
Okay, so both Mercedes have a V8 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, those Mercedes they do look nice. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about the BMW. The BMW always astounds me as a GT3 car.
I like it.
It's just so big and so square, but yet it's just able to keep, like, you compare it to a Ferrari, right? These Ferraris are so low down, they're so thin, they're like a little wedge just cutting through the air. And then you just got this BMW, which is just like, we'll just use the road car, it's fine.
No.
Stick a bigger engine in, and it's
I disagree. I like the BMW. I love the shape of it, but that's just personal preference as well.
It is iconic, but you see what I mean? You compare the two of them here, and the front. I think he just lost a little bit on the rear end there.
Joshua Smith, unlucky. Looks like, yeah, like you said, he just lost the back end a little bit there as he's come through on the around the corner. Sorry.
But that's what happens in these high-speed turns, isn't it? Like, when you're constantly putting full load into the tyres, if you just tip it over the edge, you're just going to go, aren't you? Because they just get so hot going around these tracks, constantly on turns. Like,
we've seen it, what, 3-4 times now, different drivers. They've all slipped out. Their back ends have come around to say hello. They're all losing it out there. Not everyone, sorry, but we're seeing it multiple times across the track.
Yep, and just as an update, we've got 5-second time penalty for car number 18, which is Wayne Douglas for causing a collision.
That must have been what we was on board earlier with, Jim. That's what I'm thinking there. That's unfortunate for him. I don't think there was any malice in it. Obviously, the stewards saw something else that we haven't seen, but 5 seconds for him. I'm sure he won't be too happy about that. Just remind everyone, Peter Duke's P1, Tim Reed P2, Hayden Young is P3. That's top 3 at the moment. Wayne Douglas currently as well with the fastest lap of the day at a 1:41.3 dead. He's fitting in P4. Harry Hartley-Price is your P5. Jared Love's P6. Glenn Ablard, P7. Adam Wilson-Weir is your P8. Tim Collymore is P9 at the moment. It's not a lot between them.
No, you got half a second between Tim Reed, you got half a second between Hayden Young. And like it's so close, and like we said, these pit strategies I think is what's going to make all the difference. Everyone is just bumper to bumper. I mean, if you went on board, all you would see is the rear wing of the Ferrari in front on that Porsche there, and it's when it comes to the pits, I think that's what's going to make the difference. I think, like, hopefully, I mean, you can see it here, nice on board. So this is down the main straight. You can just see how much slipstream you get all the way down, and then you get this really heavy braking zone at the 100-meter board. And just got to carry all that speed through into this nice little hairpin. Using all the track on the left-hand side, go over to the right-hand side, open it up, and again using all the track going as wide as you can. Brake ever so slightly just to get the car rotated into the next bend, and then you're back on the throttle, third gear, fast as you can, into a heavy 90-degree right-hander. Then coming out of that little tiny straight, another heavy right-hander, going flat or slight lift if you can. and then we're into the chicane. So the chicane is the hard part of the track, I reckon, because you've got these big curves, the car gets very unstable, and then coming out of it, you've got a bump in the road, which you can just see there. And having a bump in the road when you're going high speed around a bend, it just really unsettles the car. So that's the hard part of this track done and dusted for these guys.
Get the hard bit out of the way, onto the fast straights. That's your overtaking points. You've got the home, you've got the back straight. They're your two main spots that we're looking for these overtakes on. There will be overtakes obviously anywhere else, but the straights are where it's at on here, to be fair with you. But like we said right at the start, there's plenty of space on this track for side-by-side racing. Now, Jim, somebody who I want to take a look at, Daniel Paul in P10th, P1 in class at the moment. He's holding his own out there at the moment, isn't he? He's been up there the whole time.
He has done phenomenally, especially for an AM, just to be like in amongst the pros as well. It's gonna get on your mind a little bit. I mean, it's gonna add a bit of extra stress, thinking like, are these pros gonna be a bit extra fighty, wanting to get past? And he just held his own, kept cool as a cucumber, as they say. And let's not forget Matthew Massey as well, starting to make his way through the field a little bit. Getting ahead of Alexander Claudio there.
Absolutely, up to P2 in class, P13 out on track at the moment. Above Alexander
like
Claudio, the pro. It's got something about it, hasn't it? I'll give you that.
Yeah, it really stands out. Kind of reminds me of the kick Saubers that we got this year, but slightly nicer in the F1 car I was talking about there.
Much nicer than those kick Saubers.
Yeah. Something about the green on black just kind of, it just works, doesn't it? Green on black, green and gold on black as well. I think it's just two livery colours that just.
Well, unlike Kick Sauber, Matt Massey will be looking for points this season. He's got he's got 8 races to do it. And again, viewers, just want to remind everyone, Vector Motorsport, they're our prize pool sponsor this year, putting up £600, £500 to P1, £100 to P2 at the end of the season.
Yeah,
just some money up the grabs.
That's a heck of a prize pool for these guys. I mean, you got to think of the stress as well of like getting that close to a driver and got to make a move on another driver when you're fighting for £500 potentially. I mean, that's absolute craziness.
Now, would that change your mindset? Like, let's imagine you were signed up to this, Jim. You were going out, you were racing this GT3 league, and then a couple of weeks or so, however long ago it was, when they announced it. Oh, by the way,
I just want to say quickly, that was a beautiful overtake from Joshua Smith and Ferrari.
No, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Great livery as well. Do like that Castrol red, green, and white. But no, sorry, what I was saying.
Something. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Would that money prize change your mindset for how you're going to race this season? I think it would for me, because I want the win. I want everyone to know that I'm P1, and I want to get that money. And that's just me.
I think the only thing it would change is how much. Oh, is it going to overtake through the chicane? Oh, it looked like a slight tap there, went a little bit wide.
Adam Wilson weird just on board there.
Yeah, is he gonna actually watching them go 2x2 through the final bend down to the start-finish straight here. BMW forced a little bit wide if you see the outside line, but gets the inside for the next corner. I think it's the Porsche.
Holds it well, the BMW does.
Yeah, he does as well. I would slightly go farther over to the left if I was him, just to open up the corner a little bit for you, but I think him closing off a little bit there, the Porsche just gets ahead.
There was a little bit of a wobble there from Tim Cullimore in the BMW there, just behind the Porsche of Daniel Paul. But still on board with Adam Wilson, we're holding his own at the moment at P7. Daniel Paul, the AM, chasing him down just under half a second behind him at the moment.
Yeah, we've got Tim Reed as well, down 8 places. So hopefully, I mean, we've all seen that he's got the pace to be up the top. So I imagine he's still got less than 40, just under 40 minutes to go. I reckon he's going to be able to make his way back up there.
Something must have happened. We'll have to have a look at that, because he took a little bit of a tumble there. We're going back now. We're having a look. So he's currently sitting up in P3 as we go into the replay. Oh, there it is.
Just that. Yeah, just taking too much into his corners and just losing the back end of it. I mean, as we've talked about in the chat already, those Corvettes a little bit rear end happy, aren't they?
Well, one two Josh is Tim Reed's in a Corvette and there's a prize pool. Oh dear. Jeremy Jukic, if Tim wins it, he can afford therapy to recover from the Corvette with that prize money. That is brilliant. Oh, the 8 places dropped there by Tim Reed. It's gone down, up to P10 at the moment.
But you can see from like where his car is, and you've got, although he's lost 8 places, you can see those cars in front of you. And I think that's the important thing for him. He can see, like, you're going to see him start to make moves in this BMW here. He has the pace to be at the top. He can see the top, and you got 40 odd minutes to go. I think he'll be fine.
There's plenty of time left. Like you said, there's just under 40 minutes to go. He's got plenty of time to catch up. He's coming up with Tim Collymore in the BMW. In front of him, he's got Daniel Paul, Adam Wilson-Weir, who we're just on board with. He's got Glenn Ablard right in front of him. There's 4 or 5 drivers right there. There's 4 drivers right in front of him, just there, with Wayne Douglas not too far off ahead as well. He's not fell off too badly, let's just say that. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's got the time to make up the time. So I wouldn't be too worried. As long as he doesn't drive stressed, doesn't drive angry, I think we should see. I mean, if anything, it will show us a bit more exciting racing as we've got to see some overtakes as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. A bit of a shout out here as well from Fendi Racing Esports. Joel Loudon, Harry 7, keep racing hard. Let's have a look.
And we have seen some hard racing this evening. So on board with Joel Loudon as we speak. In the Mercedes, quite close behind the Porsche of Sean Clark in front. So hopefully you can get a bit of slipstream and just catch up right to the back of them, and we can start to see some fighting from them.
Absolutely, going a big love there from the Fendi Racing Esport.
Yeah, I mean, you can see a lot of gravel starting to appear around the edges of the track, and I mean, stuff like that can make it a bit difficult and change your mindset towards some of these overtakes. You can have less grip on the sides, a bit less braking as well. Just because when you start to brake on that gravel, and a little bit wobbly from the Porsche coming out that corner there, and from the Mercedes as well.
Could have had that little chance there, but like you said, they both had a little wobble.
Yeah, and we're coming up to the halfway point as well, so we should see some people starting to pit in. I wonder if we're going to start seeing people who change tyres as well, because I don't really know what the tyre wear is like to driving an hour on a track like this, because you are putting so much load into the tyres, like
you're racing.
You're racing, you're braking hard, you're leaning on them hard, you're going flat out, like especially this section here is flat out the entire time, and so yeah, wonder if we can start to see people maybe staying on these old tyres, getting the track advantage, or whether people are going to pit for new tyres, take that little bit of a hit with the cold tyres on the first few laps, and then see them absolutely storm through the field.
Absolutely.
It's whether you want to go for the track advantage or the late game advantage.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens, but anything could happen. You could have someone at the back come up near the front. You could have the front runners drop near the back with a bad pit decision. Anything could happen in these kind of races. It's an hour long. There's so much room, and your pit is your strategy in a race like this, especially with the big setups.
Oh, I'm starting to see.
Is Tim Reed just
coming in?
Tim Reed has jumped in.
I think what he's thinking here is go for the undercut. They're all battling in front of you. He knows he's got the pace, so if you pit now, you're first to pit, but you'll get that clean air. You'll be away from everyone else, and that's when you can start to put down the nice lap times away from the other drivers, not having to worry about other people holding you up, taking defensive lines.
Well, we'll have to see where he comes out as well.
Yeah, he needs some really, really good solid outlaps coming out of the pits just to make sure he keeps that track position.
Well, I think he entered the pits using P9. He's currently dropping down his P14 at the moment, which is allowing like players like Daniel Paul to come straight up, Tim Collymore straight up. They've all gained a few positions here just with that one pit alone. Tim Reed coming out now, he's coming out in P19. So we'll see what he can do for the rest of the race. But currently at the minute, just coming up to the half an hour mark, your P1, 2 and 3 is Peter Duke in P1, Hayden Young in P2, and Harry Hartley Price is your P3.
Yeah, and Daniel Paul, I mean, he's done so well this race.
P1 in class. Remember, blue pros, yellow is your AMs out there. So Daniel Paul, he may be P7 out on track, but he's P1 at the moment with Matt Massey and Harry Seven. That's your P1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So we've got like a really nice battle here between Wilson Weir as well. He's right on the back, closest driver on track to another driver as like so far. Within a tenth, he's going for the. Oh, he's pitted in. Easy
Pitted in now.
from that. Yeah. I thought we were going to see like a really nice overtake and then.
Well, that's the curse of the commentator. You started right there, and away he goes, dives in, and so does a few others. Harry Hartley Price, Ben Abard, Daniel Paul, Tim Collymore, and Craig Corish all in the pits at the moment as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see which is going to be more powerful on track like this, whether the undercut or the overcut is going to work best.
Well, we'll see. Because it's clear we've got some undercutters, and we'll probably see some overcutters out there as well. But you're P3 now. Peter Duke P1, Hayden Young P2, and Jared Love moves up into P3. Adam Wilson Wiz got up to P4. Quinton Clumpert's in P5. Alexander Claudio's P6, and Matt Massey's P7. Harry Hartley Price is P8. Harry 7 P9, and Glenn Abard. Nope, Sean Clark. P10.
It's going to keep moving around while they're in the pits.
I did notice that as I got down there further.
Yeah,
but we'll see how everybody sits once they've got their pits out of the way in the next few laps.
Yeah, I think the one to watch is going to be Tim Reed, seeing where he comes out after the pits. Because I mean, the one thing about the undercut as well is your backup temperature and racing as the cars are coming out the pits. So whatever time you make up, you can get that dive on the inside. If you were to come out, like, be level and level with them as they're coming out the pits, you're going to have that extra speed. Oh, Peter Duke making a slight mistake into the pit lane there.
Too wide. I said it was too wide, but not in the pits.
Yeah.
There we go. There's some good too wide going on. Wayne Douglas taking over on Joe Loudon right there.
Yeah, a couple cars going a little bit wide, but all a bit of fun. Yeah, making a mistake in the pit lane, I don't think it's too big an issue because that's when you're at your slowest anyway. So I think the time lost is going to be so minimal. Not using all the track, just spraying that gravel on.
You want to use 100%. Right. Some of these corners, you take it as wide as you can throw it out and you can keep so much speed.
Yeah, and this chicane bit as well. I'm amazed we haven't seen like people just spinning out and crashing here, because that bump as you come out, I mean, you're seeing all this gravel on track as well. Like the cars are so unstable on that part of the track, and then
now, Jimmy, while everyone's going in and out of the pits at the moment, and we'll get back to race in a second. Now we've seen a couple of instances with a few 5-second penalties today. How did we get to the 5-second penalty?
So, are you referring to the point system?
I am referring to the point system.
Because there is one. What caused the 5-second penalty? I was going to say, it was
my apologies. No, my apologies. Should have been more clearer. There is a point system when it comes to the penalties. Jim, yeah. What are we looking at?
So something with like a clear cut, you just made a mistake, hit another driver. You'll get these like instant penalties, like a 5-second time penalty. But with the iRacing system, if you go off track slightly, you get 1 point added to your penalty points. If you were to have a spin, that counts as 2 points, and if you were to hit another driver, that counts as 4. When you reach a total of 20, you'll have to do a drive-through penalty. So you'll get told to just drive through the pit lane. You'll get a set speed to do it, and you can't stop to repair your car or anything like that. You just got to drive through, and it basically works as about a roughly 20-second penalty to your time.
Okay.
So it basically enforces cleaner racing standards.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to see. We want to see racing. We want to see action. Me personally, I want to see a little bit of a paint exchange in some of these cars because it makes for an interesting race. But at the end of the day, we want to see it clean. We want to see 29 drivers start this race, 29 drivers finish this race.
Yeah, we've got Sean Clark here, so close at the back of Ryan Clark, and hopefully there'll be every time I start talking about something happens.
Sean Clark, oh dear.
It's just that lively rear end on the Porsches, just getting on the throttle a bit too much, and you just get a bit nervous behind these guys. when you're that close behind someone, you want to push the car to 100%. If you go to that 101, that's when a mistake happens. So.
And we've seen it a couple of times today. Those back ends have come out. It's not just the Corvettes like the comments are making out it to be. It's a little bit of everyone today. And he's unlucky there, isn't he?
He was indeed. It's a shame, but like I said, these drivers, they've got the pace. They can make it back up.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time. We're now into technically the second half of this race. Just over 25 minutes left to go. So you've done your pit. What's going through your mind now, Jim?
I think this is the nice part of the race. You know where you're going to be. You know who you're battling with now. You don't have to worry about strategy. All you have to worry about is lap times and just making sure you're as consistent as possible. Oh, look how close he was getting.
Jared Love.
Backed out a little bit there. I think he could have held on just a little bit more, but yeah, I mean, beautiful bit of driving. Uses all the track, keeps as much speed, keeps right on the back of that Mercedes coming out this corner here. And then we're just going across the start finish line.
Now that is a beautiful angle to watch them racing at right here.
Yeah, so is he going to use a bit more of the track on the left, going onto the curbs just to open up the track a bit more? Again, look at that, almost touching the grass there, they're using so much of the track, keeping just within the white lines. And there's a lot of gravel in the braking zone. That is going to be hard for these drivers because
well, it's catching their tyres.
It's catching the tyres. Yeah, it just makes it a little bit. You just got to brake that just a little bit, like a meter earlier. Just play it a bit safer. And yeah, you can see like how calm he is on the steering wheel right there.
There's no wobbling. There's no shaking. Like, you see that sometimes. There's a little bit of a wobble as you go around, especially when you're fighting someone, but he just seemed pretty calm and collective. And obviously, we can't see him right now, but I'd imagine, looking at that wheel, he's pretty solid. And he's chasing down Harry Hartley, Price and P3.
Yeah, very smooth on the wheel there. I mean, like you said, you never know with these drivers. You could cut to like an actual video of the driver, and they could be sweating and swearing and shaking all over the place, and then you look at their wheel, and it's just smooth as anything. So you never know, but he looks pretty calm. Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, absolutely. We're on with Gareth Newton down in P18 at the moment. How do you think he'll be faring in this race? Currently sitting in P18 at the moment, Jim. Now he's P5 in class at the moment, so it's okay. He's going to get some points, but
well, he's P18 at the moment, but yeah, he's kind of in the upper half of the AMs, and I think he'd be happy with that. Because like there's 8 races this season and a huge mix of tracks, so you're never going to be perfect at all of them unless maybe you're Peter Duke or a Tim Reed kind of guy, and you might be like phenomenal. But like everyone has a track they're bad at, and Jerez might be one of the tracks that you might not be perfect at.
Well,
you've got the time to make it up later on. I mean, like something like Algarve could come up, and that could be your one. And you could see someone like Mark Wesley or Sean Clark. They could be leading the pros. You never know. So
sitting on with Jan Whittaker now,
getting very close behind Raymond Vatsuppen here.
Sitting in that Audi, a bit different than everybody else. I think he's the only Audi out there, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't really see the Audis too much on iRacing anymore. And it's a shame because I mean, like growing up, I used to love the Audi. Like the Audi R8 used to be like my. Outside the Pagani Zonda or something like that, it used to be like my favourite supercar. It's just so understated, and it's just classic looking. I think they've got a timeless look about them, and yeah, I think they're just a bit underrated. Like everyone knows an Aston Martin when you see an Aston Martin, but I think when you see an Audi R8, I think those who know. If you get what I mean with that one.
I kind of get what you mean, but for GT3, for me personally. The Audi isn't my choice. That is a beautiful car, but it's not my choice. We all know which one my choice is. It's the Mustang. The chat definitely agreed with me. But Luke is saying that the Audi is just as murderous as the Corvette. Jan's sitting down in P27 at the moment, so he will obviously be looking to improve. But again, we don't know what these drivers, what tracks they prefer, what tracks they're better at. And we could see later on down the line, we've got 8 races this season before anyone's crowned a champion and any money's dished out. There's plenty of time, there's plenty of track. He might have a track later on down the line And he's currently sitting up, he might then be sitting up in P1. We just don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, we could quickly talk about some of the tracks that we've got coming up. So we've got Algarve next week, which is the if you watch F1, I know we've talked about it a lot. This race, it's the Portugal Grand Prix circuit. It is my favourite circuit that's ever existed. I think it's the best circuit that's ever existed. I think it's the perfect racing circuit. We've got Daytona following that one, absolute classic. It's got about 5 corners on it, and it's just an immense draft track. That can really suit certain types of drivers. We have Alton Park, a little bit of a smaller track. We should get a lot more like closer battling with something like that. Aragon, it's got some really big straights. It's a really wide track, absolutely beautiful that one, but it has some really immense corners.
I'm going to cut you there, Jim, because I think we should leave some of these tracks as a little bit of a surprise, because there are some brilliant tracks still in that list that you haven't yet mentioned, and I think we should leave them at the moment.
Okay. leave the viewers wanting more. Okay, I get it.
Leave them wanting a little bit more. Don't give them everything at once.
Yeah. So just looking at we have Hayden pulling a 7-second lead on Peter Duke there.
So it seems to have done that after his pit stop. So do you think he timed his quite well? I do, because he's got a 7-second lead.
Yeah, I couldn't have timed it any better. Like I said, you never know if you're going to come out behind traffic and if someone's going to hold you up in the pit lane or whatever happens. And like I said, maybe everyone but Hayden Young changed tyres. So are we going to see that gap start to diminish as time goes on? So we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to have a look, but currently at the minute, Hayden Young is your P1, Peter Duke is P2, and Harry Hartley Price still your P3. Jared Love slips down to P4. Adam Wilson Weir is your P5. He was on board with him a little earlier. He had a good little battle there. He seems to have set himself now in P5. Wayne Douglas is your P6. Tim Reed's P7. Glenn Abard P8. Tim Cullimore P9. And Daniel Paul is your P10 at the moment.
Yeah, Daniel Paul losing a little bit of time in the pits there, but still above Alexander Claudio and leading a big lead over the next AM.
That's Matt Massey sitting in P2.
There, pretty much.
Matt Massey P2 in class at the minute. Like you said, Daniel Paul, he's pulled that lead in front of him. Again, he's P10 on track at the moment. I'm sure he won't be too worried about that. Now, if there's more positions to gain later on down the line, we've got 20 minutes left for the race, he'll gain them. But P10, P1 in class, I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah, a little shout out to Peter Duke there from James Fraser there. A little, come on, Dukey lad.
Duke up to P2, currently 7 seconds behind, 7.5 seconds nearly behind Hayden Young at the moment. He's got time to chase him down. How long though, Jim, until these drivers really do need to start, right, I need to get this done?
Well, we got less than 20 minutes to go now, so we've got about 18 minutes. I think the last 10 minutes is when you want to start getting real close behind people and you want to start making moves. And because, I mean, when you get down to 5 minutes left, like if someone's really good at defending, you don't really have enough time and enough laps left to figure out where you can make the moves on them. So you need that 10 minutes to kind of figure out the driver you want to get past and start making moves.
It's been a great... Sorry, carry on, please.
A little shout out from James Fraser as well to Jay Berry too.
Supporting Jay Berry too. It's been a great race one so far, 42 minutes into it. We've seen some spins, we've seen some driving, we've seen some great driving, obviously. We've seen some good little battles. It seems the pack is settling out. There's still some places to be won and lost. And I'm sure these drivers, they will be taking every little last second they can to get these positions. But it's been some great racing here today, James. Race 1 of 8 in the Tanzo Racing Group, sponsored by Fresh Rubber and Clark St James Motorsport.
Sorry, just a quick one. We have had a crash with Gareth Newton, so we're just going to go back and take a look at that quickly.
So we were on board with him earlier. What seems to have happened here then?
So we've got a heavy braking zone, braking at the 100-meter board. Does he just get back on the power a little bit too early? You see the rear end just going, yeah. I mean, we're 40 minutes into a race now. These tyres are getting hot. They're getting worn. The track is picking up rubber. It's picking up dirt. There's less grip everywhere. Than there has been all race at the moment. Every single lap, the grip gets less and less.
Well, you can see it there right now. There's gravel absolutely everywhere as well, and that won't be helping those drivers because they'll be picking it up and they'll be carrying it further and further down the track.
Yeah, it just it makes it harder, but that's part of the fun of it, isn't it? I mean, look how close Ryan Clark's getting behind the Mercedes there of Joel Loudon.
Chasing down that P16 of Joel Loudon at the minute.
Yeah, less than
Beautiful
half a
car,
second between
beautiful
them.
livery on that Mercedes. Sorry,
Yeah, so
of
that
Joel
white and
Loudon.
orange as well. I think it's underrated, I'd say, as a combo. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Golf liveries, if you get what I mean.
I
It's got
knew
that
you
bit
were
of
going to
blue
say
in
the
it.
Golf livery.
I mean, a bit of orange, a bit of blue, a bit of white. I mean, that Golf livery is the most iconic, I think, of all time. It's got to be, right? Up there with
Well,
the Marlboro maybe, or
well, I was going to say earlier on, you were liking Ryan Clark's black and green. You were waxing lyrical about that, and now you're waxing lyrical about the Golf livery that we've got pretty much going on here from Joel Loudon. Joel, it looks phenomenal, by the way. Which one out of the two? Not car, livery.
oh, out of the two there, if you take sponsors and everything off of them, and you just had the color schemes, I think Ryan Clark's black and green just edges for me there.
Nah, for me, it's got to be Joel Loudon or Mercedes there. Absolutely love the look of it. Again, it just reminds me of that Golf, and like you said, it's a beautiful historic livery that everybody knows when they see. Even people who don't watch racing, I would imagine, recognises that at one point.
Yeah, there are some liveries that just stand the test of time. Like, what's the Lotus one? Do you know what I mean? The John Player Special. I mean, that's up
Oh,
there with the black and gold. I mean, the Golf livery. I mean, Camel's another one.
panel. I like the Renault yellow and blue as well.
Oh, we got Marshmallow 212. Gotta be black and green. And yeah, he's on my side here.
He's 100% with that one, Marshmallow. I do think you're wrong with that one, but keep them coming in. Keep them coming in. Let us know if you do like any of the others. And viewers, again, let us know which anyone who hasn't commented. Let us know which cars you drive out there. We've got a load of them out there.
Yeah, I've seen some really close. I mean, like, so many people now getting within half a second of another driver, and this is the part of the race where it counts. This is where where people need to like get right on the back of these drivers. You almost want to pressure them into making a mistake so you can get that move going.
Now, Jim, talking of mistakes, there has been a mistake at the back of the pack. Jan Whittaker. We saw him a little bit earlier. He seems to have a little bit of an incident.
He was right up behind that Porsche. I thought he was going to make the move earlier. They were getting so close together. Let's just
Well,
see
they
what
were.
happens. And it's just
Oh,
that lively rear end of the
lost the spoiler,
of
lost the
the
back
Audi
end,
R8.
did a couple of pirouettes there. That is not what Jan wants to be doing out on track. That is unfortunate for the Vector Motorsport boy.
But I mean, as rough as it is to crash, he'll be taken away from it going, okay, well, now I know how much I can push the car and what the absolute limit is, and he'll know where to kind of learn and how to improve upon himself, and
Now,
it'll make it better for the next race, I think.
he's new to the series, new to the league, we will say that, but Jan will definitely take something away there. And again, we don't know what his strengths are. We said it a little bit earlier about him as well. So we'll have to
Ooh,
see what he
so just
can do this season.
oh, Josh Smith going for the looks like he's going to make a move here, putting a lot of pressure on Harry Seven there. So he's just about to come up to the main straight here. Do we reckon he's going to go for the bomb? He's a little bit too far back now,
I think he's
but
too
if he
far
can
back
close it
right
up in his
now.
little braking zone,
Does he get
gaining about
enough?
a tenth on him. So we should be coming up. Is this the main straight or is this the chicane coming up now? It's the chicane. Okay. That's the problem with when a track all looks the same. You got to kind of
Very open track, not many
try and
drops to
figure
look
out
at.
where where you're going.
Not
But yeah, I reckon he's
quite
going to make
yet.
moves then.
Dropped off just a little bit behind Harry, not too much. But it looks like he's going to be chasing him down for the next lap or so to do that clean overtake, hopefully.
Yeah, we've got Harry Hartley Price as well, catching up to Peter Duke, putting the pressure on in the last 15 minutes of the race.
Harry Hartley Price and Peter Duke up in third and second at the moment. So Harry wants a few more points than he's getting right now.
Yeah, Hayden Young is just, he's gone. 7.5 seconds now. He's not pulled any more time, but he certainly hasn't lost any time, so he's doing phenomenally. Daniel Paul just falling out of the top 10 there, but still a phenomenal drive from that guy. Followed by Matthew Massey just behind him, and then Harry Seven rounding out your top 3 in the AMs.
Some brilliant driving here, and Daniel Paul's still in P1 in class at the moment. Down to P11 out on track. I'm not sure he minds. He's still sitting up there by quite a bit, so
Oh,
he
look at
should be
that
fairly
switchback.
happy.
Going side by side. Is he going to squeeze him on or give him a little bit extra room? Yeah, just able to carry that extra speed around the flat out section on the outside.
Great racing here from Joshua
Josh
Smith,
Smith.
Harry Seven.
Yeah. That brown livery does kind of remind me of the old camel livery. That was a great. I don't know if you remember that one on the old race cars, but that was quite a cool one.
I do.
Yeah,
But
look how close these guys are getting. I mean, yeah, like we've got almost 10 minutes remaining now, just a little bit over. So this is where it's going to start to matter, and Harry Hartley Price is definitely going to have to put the pressure on Peter Duke here. How is Peter Duke going to handle it?
is this now, Jim, the part of the race where you've got to go and get it done? Because you're getting to that end point now.
Yeah, personally, I think it's easier to defend than it is to overtake. So this is where you want to be making the moves, and you want to get into that lead.
On such a wide track, better to defend than to overtake.
I think so. I think as long as you've got those inside lines and you position your car in the right place on track, like saying, when you get that close behind someone, especially going to that chicane, we're seeing them lose a lot of time. I say a lot of time. It's about a tenth, but in racing terms, that's a lot of time.
10th is a lot, mate. 10th is a lot.
Because if you're just too close to someone, they make a slight error or whatever happens, and then they have to sort of back off a little bit. It backs you off even more. So you almost want to leave that extra gap of about half a second, which we're seeing these drivers do, so that you can catch up in the flowing sections and catch up down the straight and then make those moves.
Absolutely, and these boys, they know what they're racing for now this season. They've got a prize at the end of the season, and they will want it. So you're going to see a lot of racing just like this, hopefully throughout the entire season from everyone.
Yeah, I think this will be a learning opportunity race. I think for most of these drivers, they'll get a feel for the cars, they'll get a feel for the track conditions, they'll get a feel for the guys that they're racing with, and it'll almost be like a write-off race for most of them in a sense that it's kind of you're just figuring stuff out. And then Portugal next week onwards, that's when I think we're going to start to see some really hardcore racing. Or going on the inside, nice little overtake here, carries the speed through. Peter Duke still has the advantage going into the next corner, but looks like Harry Hartley Price will be able to carry just a bit more speed. And does he get the move done? They're about to go into the chicane, so this is going to be very tough. Are they going to back out? Yeah, Peter Duke backs out. Still got time to re-overtake him.
Keeps it for now. Just mention as well, Jim, while you were talking about that there, Jonathan Berry down in the bottom 8 has tried for penalty.
Yeah, Brian Clark as well going for the overtake. Sorry, just quickly on Gareth Newton. Beautiful, clean, easy. Now this is where Gareth has got to show he means business and get back in front. Keeping so close behind him.
It just shows you everywhere over this track in all positions. Like, we're down in 17th and 18th and 29 drivers at the minute. So these guys aren't battling for first and second, but there's just battles all over the track at the moment just for one extra place in the last 10 minutes here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, you think about it this way. 2 drivers are getting the prize money. Everyone else is just going for position, and you almost don't want to be thinking about the prize money. You want to be thinking about just like showing everyone you mean business, showing your speed, and just kind of building up a skill of being able to race alongside the people you're racing with.
Absolutely. Now, I dabble a little in the racing sim, as you know, Jim, and I'm not that great at it. But I do it purely just for the enjoyment. Now, if there was a cash prize at the end, I'd probably try a little harder. But I do it for the enjoyment. I'm sure all these guys out here, all these drivers out on track, they're all here for the same reason. Yes, we've got the cash prize at the end, but they'll be out here one to have a bit. They'll be here one to have a bit of fun, but 2 to do some racing, because that's what we're all here to do tonight, and that's what we're all here to do all season long with these GT3s.
Again, you can't be playing it safe. You want to have fun, and that's the ultimate goal of it, is to have fun with like a great group of people and just enjoy yourself and put on a spectacle for those watching.
Absolutely. I'm just going to say thank you again to Vector Motorsport for putting up that prize pool of 600, 500 again for P1, 100 for P2. Check them out on their socials at Vector Motorsport on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and at Vector Motorsport 297 on
Oh,
Instagram. Who has
so
just spun around there?
we got a little, yeah, a little bit of spin. It's gonna happen. I mean, like 7 minutes to go. I mean, now is not the time that you want to be making mistakes. But like I said before, this is when your tires are going to be at their weakest. The grip's going to be at its lowest, and mistakes are most likely to happen. So is it Jonathan Berry just losing it? Yeah,
Jonathan Berry again. That
just
back
didn't
end
quite
just comes
open up the
around.
corner just enough. Too much steering angle, I think there.
How many times have we seen that today? 8, 9 times. Maybe someone has put their foot down a little too hard, not gone out wide enough, not opened it up enough, and back ends come round.
But it's so easily done, and I think like the fact you see it's happening so often. I mean, it's the type of track that it is. It's high speed, lots of heavy tire wear, and you got a lot of these rear engine cars just flinging it round. I mean, it's bound to happen. And yeah, I mean, it's a learning opportunity for everyone. You got to find where the grip is, and you got, especially in the long stints as well. I think like a lot of people don't like. You almost get so locked in that you forget that your tires are kind of they're weakening. You're losing grip, and you can see it here, just going that little bit wide. The pressure
Wayne
gets
Douglas.
to you as well, and a little bit argy-bargy, but
Wayne Douglas
yeah.
just letting Tim Reed go through on him with that little
Oh, as he go for the
mistake. But
switchback?
has he got the
Oh,
switchback? Oh no!
oh, just little
That.
clipping.
Oh well, I'm sure the
Ah,
stewards will be having a little look at that one.
that's a
It
shame
does
because
look.
that looked like a beautiful bit of racing we'd have seen there.
It does. Did Wayne come across the front of him? We'll have a quick look now. So we're above,
Yeah,
up above both of them, so we're going to have the best look at it right here. So obviously, Tim Reed takes it through. Peter tries to take it back. Wayne Douglas tries to take it back.
yeah, it just looked like there was just when you've got the absolute bare minimum of room, it's so likely to happen, and you're putting like nose to rear end of a car, and it's just yeah. I personally wouldn't say there was blame on anyone there. I think it was just hard racing.
Well, we'll see if the Stewards come through with anything on that one. I'm not 100% sure they will. Like you said, it might just be a racing incident because it just looked like they were having a great little race there, and that's what we want to see. We don't want to see anyone penalised and punished because it does ruin it a little bit, and we don't want it to get to these drivers. They've got eight races to do, 8 hours worth of racing against these other guys out on track. There's plenty of time to make your move, do your action, get your points.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's like it's just build up those points, and then just if you have a rough race this time, just go into the next race with a clean mindset and just go forward from there.
There you go. Just a warning for car number 18 there for not leaving enough room. So got away with it there, just to warn him. But we're into the last few minutes here now, coming up into the last 3 minutes of this race. Hayden Young still sitting out in first place. Nearly 8 seconds above Harry Hartley Price, has got himself up into P2. Peter Duke is your P3 at the moment. We're on board with Mark Wesley chasing down Gareth Newton just in front of him, just under half a second behind Gareth in front of him.
And we've got about 2 laps to go here, and so I think we're going to see some. Like he's got to make the move if you're going to make the move. Otherwise, this looks like the finishing positions for a lot of these guys. I just want to point out, Hayden Young, he's pulling time. He's 7.8 seconds now. I mean, what a drive from him up front there.
I think that's about 4 attempts from when we last checked in on him. But I just want to say, Fluky dropped a comment, Jim. If you squeeze a car onto a curb, you run the risk of it launching and hitting you. Is that what we saw?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's just what we saw. Like I said, you give them the bare minimum of room, and you can't turn as much on a curb because the car's all over the place. So it's just rough racing.
We got 2 minutes of this race left to go. 2 minutes, Jim. We've still got a few battles out on track. I think unless Hayden Young does anything silly, he's got P1 locked down for his first race. Again, there's 8 races this season, some great races coming up. But for now, Hayden Young looks like he's going to cross the line in P1.
Another little shout out to just quickly to Matt Massey from All Oxys there in chat. Super clean race, has been in P2 this whole race.
And he has. He's had a brilliantly clean race, hasn't he, Matt Massey there?
Yeah, he's had a great one. I mean, I think
That's your
besides the few
livery.
little incidents we've had, it's been a great race from everyone. Everyone's done exceptionally well here, I think.
I think like you touched on it a few laps ago, a couple of minutes ago. People are learning at the moment, and this is kind of what this race is for. I think we'll start seeing more action from next week. We've got a minute left of this race, so James, shall we sit on board at the front and see what goes down?
Oh, absolutely. Although we have got Ryan Clark very close up behind Joel Loudon. I don't know if he's going to be able to make a move on the last lap. Just losing a scooch of time there, but he is so close behind him.
Look at Hayden Young coming through as well. That's your P1 right there. Should let him through.
Yeah, hopefully you should let him through. I mean, it'd be rude not to, but they are still fighting at the same time.
They're
And he is
racing,
just a
they
bit
don't
further
have to.
behind.
They do
Yeah.
not have to at the moment because they are racing. So Hayden will have to either make his own way through, because he has dropped a little bit of time. He's just up to just over six seconds above Harry here.
But I was about to say, he's got so much time to play with. I think he'd be quite happy to just sit behind and let them finish their race. Because we've got only a few corners left now.
Jim, call it as he comes over.
Yep, so we're just about to come up to the chicane right here. So, left, right, into a right-hander, slight bump, keeping the car steady, using all the track on the outside, keeping speed, keeping it clean, keeping a safe inside line there, just having a little look to see if he can get past, but nope, he's going to stay behind. Let them finish their race, he's going to finish his in a beautiful P1 across the line. Nicely done for Mr. Hayden Young.
Hayden Young, well done, finishing there in P1. He has been solid this race. Worked his way up, got himself into P1 and didn't look back a single second after that. Harry Hartley-Price coming over the line in P2 with Peter Duke in P3. Jared Love is over the line in P4 at the moment as we sit on board with Daniel Paul as he comes round, who's going to be P1 in class in P10 out on track. So as he comes around to the chicane, right-hander, left-hander, right-hander, watch the little bump. There it is.
Keeping all that speed coming through. Staying wide, cutting back over, opening up that corner for the final turn of the race for him.
Here he
Keeping
comes.
it clean, using all the track on exit, and then that is it. That is P1 for Mr. Daniel Paul. Look at those lights flashing. He must be giddy right now.
Well done to Daniel Paul, who finishes P1 up in class.
And P10 overall.
That is absolutely brilliant drive from him. He's finished above a few pros there. He'll be absolutely ecstatic with that. But P1 in class, he can't be much. He can't be disappointed with that at all. I wouldn't be.
Yeah, if you're disappointed with P1, I think you've got other issues going on. But yeah, great drive from a lot of these guys here. Seeing, yeah, Joshua Smith then just coming across the line for P3. Matthew Massey, P2. Clumpert coming in. And then we've got Harry 7, P4. And Joel Loudon, P5. Rounding out your last few drivers to cross the line. Ryan Clark so close behind Joel Loudon, but backed up a little bit, just looks like on the timing board.
Has he got time to do anything, do you think? Probably not.
He's backed up. You can see the time falling back a bit there.
There you go.
I think he's just keeping it clean as they cross the line.
There you go. On board with Joshua Smith as he comes around. As he's come around, he's over the line. He's happy with P13 as well. So,
phenomenal work.
We've got we'll round out your final leaderboard there, and then we'll get a couple of them into sort with us. But Jim, do you want to take it away? Oh, we'll just get the finishing leaderboard up when that does come up. But while we wait for the results, tell you what, shall we get the winner in here with us right now?
Oh no, here's the results. All right,
Oh.
Here's the results. Okay, so we have Hayden Young rounding out P1 with Harry Hartley-Price in second, Peter Duke in third, followed by Jared Love, Adam Wilson-Weir, Tim Reed, Wayne Douglas, Glenn Alblard, Tim Cullimore, and Daniel Paul rounding out your top 10. We have Matthew Massey in 11th, followed by Joshua Smith, Quentin Clumper, Harry 7, Alexander Claudio, Joel Loudon, Ryan Clark, and Gareth Newton up to P18. And we have Mark Wesley, Sean Clark, Elmer Van Beek, Christopher Haynes, Raymond Van Zutphen, Eddie Grigonis, Jan Whitaker, Jonathan Berry, James Vardigans, and Craig Corish rounding out your top 28.
That is brilliant. That is brilliant. And tell you what, James, let's get our race winner in here with us right now. Hayden Young is who I'm going to pull in here. Hayden, congratulations. Hello.
How are you feeling after that win?
Brilliant. I really enjoyed that. I love that track anyway. That was I do like that. But yeah, that was I'm not gonna lie, that was a sweaty one. I've got a little heater on. I wish I hadn't now.
Oh my god. So was any particular notable moments from the race that you really enjoyed? Any particular battles or anything?
When I started, I knew I had a bit more pace than the guys in front, and I was saving loads of fuel.
Nice, just get that shorter pit stop going.
Yeah, and then I know when Peter made the mistake going in the pit. I don't know if you guys saw that.
We saw a little bit. Yeah, he went a little bit wide, didn't he?
He went a little wide, and I got him going into the pit. So I think that was the moment. But I don't know if anyone changed tyres or not. But I kept mine. So, but yeah, got a good pit stop, and that was it.
Yeah, you did really well there.
Well done, mate. Again, you finished up in P1. Absolutely buzzing result there for you, mate. Any shout out, any thank yous from you there?
No, just everyone watching. You guys, this time on the doing this. So yeah, well done. And I'll rewatch it later with a cup of tea and whatnot. And everyone watching.
Well, enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it, mate, because it was a great race all around, and you definitely did yourself proud there.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, enjoy that cup of tea.
I will. Thank you.
No worries, no worries. Jim, shall we speak to Mr. P2, Mr. Harry Hartley Price there?
Yeah, let's give him a little shout.
Mr. Harry Hartley Price, how are you doing?
I don't know, to be fair, because I had no pace, so I don't know how that happened.
I mean, it's difficult to say you had no pace when you come in second.
I know, but for the practice and quality, I was like, I just can't get this hooked up, and the other guys are just absolutely flying. And I think round here, you've just got to stay obviously on track. And I know Tim, unfortunately, that was so bad. I saw he got.
It wasn't lucky.
Yeah, that's really bad. But I think
it's race one.
Yeah, it's race one. Exactly. Yeah.
We've got 8 races to go, but no, you did brilliantly. You say you weren't too happy there, but P2 is nothing to be shy about, mate. You've done really well there.
I was well chuffed with that. Yeah, I was just like early on when I said don't know what's happened, as in I didn't expect to be where we were. I thought I'd get maybe a top 5 at a push, but now I'm well chuffed with that.
Yeah. Any particular positives you'll take away from this race?
Where I got to, I was happy with. Also positives, I had a great battle with Peter and Jared. I don't know if you guys got that.
No,
we saw a lot of that.
We saw that.
We saw a lot of that. There was some great battling going on all throughout the race here.
We were watching quite a lot of that, to be fair, and that was brilliant to watch, mate. You provided us with some entertainment racing right there.
Oh, brilliant. That's great. And then early on with Glenn, I tried to get Wayne on the first lap, but then I went wide, and then he got me on the inside. But no, just great battles all around. Really enjoyed it.
Well done again, mate. Well done again. Have you've got anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Just cheers for Sean for putting it on. Good turnout. Just roll on to the next one. But yeah, that's it.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to it. And we'll see you next week. But congratulations again there.
Yeah, cheers guys. Thanks for the stream.
No worries, mate. No worries. And last one we're going to get in is Jared Love, finished up in 4th. Jared, congratulations, mate. P4, how you feeling? Oh, hello.
I think his microphone might be muted a little bit there, having a few technical issues. And we've got Ryan Clark in chat, so we could pull him in.
Ryan Clark. How you doing, mate? Ryan, well done, mate. We're going to get in is Jared Love. Oh, you might want to turn your stream down there, mate.
Sorry.
No, that is absolutely fine, mate. That is absolutely fine. How are you feeling, mate? P17 today.
I'm pretty knackered after that recovery drive.
Yeah, it's a very intense race, that one. I mean, how important do you reckon tyre management was this race?
Very important. Towards the end there, I started feeling the rear end very slippery. That's why I made a few mistakes. But obviously I managed to put it back again and again and again. But
so have you got any positives you're going to take away with you from this race, mate, for the next few coming up and for the rest of the season?
Well, considering this is my first race in the GT3s with TRG, I think I've got the pace. I'm definitely able to fight. So yeah, just hopefully that continues forward into the next race and thereafter. And hopefully I don't get caught up in incidences like today.
No, well, fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you, and well done again today. And welcome to the league, mate. It's good to have you driving with us.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, I don't know about you, but I thought that was a fantastic race from start to finish.
I thought it was phenomenal. I mean, just seeing how close these guys were, just like, it was bumper to bumper for half the field, like the entire race. It's just exciting, and I think we got a good season ahead of us.
Well, let's say thanks to everyone. Let's say thank you to all the drivers. Let's say thank you to all the viewers who's been with us here tonight. Let's hope we have you back with us next week. It's going to be a phenomenal season. We'll see you about the same time next week for round 2. And again, like Jim mentioned, we're going to head to Algarve. We're going to go to Portugal for the international circuit. Everybody, have a good night.